Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Dustin. Now, I started this channel because I really wanted to share some motivational and inspirational content just about experiences from everyday life. Just this past week, I had posted an experience that I had with a little old lady that I met at Walmart. As I was passing her, I could tell she was listening from her phone to some Backstreet Boys music. I stopped and inquired of her, "Do you like that kind of music?" as she was shaking her head. And she replied, "Of course, I have to stay young somehow and look at hot guys." As I conversed with her further, I found out that she was 83 years old and loving what she does. After a comment to that post from another friend stated, "You really post some funny things." And I replied, "Life is much funnier than anything that I could come up with." And isn't it that way? Another dear friend of mine reached out to me this week, which is the segue for the message of today's video. She asked if I would cover how to know when it's time for a career change, especially when you're a little bit later in life. This particular friend had been doing the same type of work for over 30 years. She was not yet ready to retire, but is feeling burnout at her current situation. She's not happy. Now, there are other things that are leading up to her feeling that it's time for a change. She accepted this current job because her last job was lost due to the company shutting down right after COVID hit. She moved to a part of the country where she doesn't like the weather. It's been harder for her to find new friends, and she's away from family. So what should she do? When I was 14 years old, I was a freshman at Allegheny High School in Cumberland, Maryland. I was also the oldest of 7 children. My father had spent 19 years working for the same company. He worked for the Kelly Tire Corporation in their plant. He made big tires. During that same time, a brand new highway was being built going through Cumberland. It's called I-68 for anybody who is familiar with that part of the country. Kelly Tire made the decision to close their plant in Cumberland, Maryland, and move their plant all the way to the facilities in North Carolina, thinking maybe now with the new highway it would be easier. Hence, my dad, a provider of 9, was now left out of a job involuntarily. My dad ultimately decided to go back to school and take some courses at a local community college, and after he completed those courses, was able to find work. My mom had to return to work to help provide for the family. Although at the time, being 14 years old, I was not really privy to lots of the stuff that was happening with family finances. But I do know that it was financially hard on my family. My dad was a proud, blue-collar, hard-working man. He never felt comfortable asking others for help. I can remember it bringing tears to his eyes when friends from the community and church pitched in during Christmas time to make sure his kids had presents. Shortly after I was going through my divorce, I began looking for better career options for me. I was working for a company that I loved and had great job security, but did not see much opportunity for upward mobility. At the time, I saw a job posting for Gold's Gym. They were hiring for sales reps with the potential to move into management positions. I'd always loved the fitness industry, having played several sports while growing up, and I love lifting weights and staying in shape. Oh, and the idea of being able to change out of my shirt and tie that I had come accustomed to wearing over the course of many years and put on some shorts and go to work, that was music to my ears. I applied, interviewed, and accepted the job. Now, the one thing I did not really put much thought into was that I would be going from a job where I could rely on a steady paycheck to a job that was primarily commission-based. Anyone who works in sales with commission-paid jobs knows that your check can be all over the place. It became difficult for me to know how much money I could count on in any given paycheck. Despite really loving the environment I was working in, I just never really loved the hustle of the job. We would have people who would come in, be excited to sign up, and then the manager or assistant manager would always take those easy ones. It seemed if it was going to be a difficult sale, then I got assigned those potentially hard customers. Now, I wasn't complaining. It was a great learning experience, and I loved talking with people. It just became apparent that I was not loving the job. So what do we do when we find ourselves either involuntarily or voluntarily needing a change in career? My best advice: do what you love and the money will follow. Now, there's actually a book with this same title, Do What You Love and the Money Will Follow, Discovering Your Livelihood. And it's written by Marcia Senator. Marcia shows you how to overcome your fears, take the little risks that make big risks possible, and become a person whose work means self-expression, growth, and love. Over the years, I have seen that those who love to do what they're doing are more likely to show up. Now, showing up to me means you're taking less time away from work, you're actively present, and you're enjoying your work. Work will less likely interfere with your life away from work. You will find that you are happier at home, able to pay more attention to your spouse, your kids, your hobbies, without the stresses that work may cause for you. I personally know people who have decided to follow their dreams by working in careers they love rather than chasing high-paying, stress-filled jobs. One particular friend of mine owned his own trucking business. At the time I met him, he was working as a comptroller for a local nonprofit company. He revealed to me that he was making half of the money that he had been making owning his own business, but he was twice as happy as he had ever been. Friends, there really is no clear-cut right answer for everyone. Now, here is my challenge to you. If you are finding yourself at a crossroads in life with work that you are not happy with, know that you deserve to be happy and find work that is fun and rewarding. Think about doing something where you will get excited to get up every day and do. Take an interest test if necessary, or talk with friends about skills that you currently have and what kinds of jobs may exist where you can use those skills. Or, like my dad, you may have to find out what kinds of school or training you may need to obtain that job. It is never too late to learn to do something new. You can be just as happy as that 83-year-old woman working at Walmart, jamming to a boy band, as you might be owning your own business. And don't be afraid to explore several adventures. The average adult changes careers as much as 5 times or more. I hope this will help you think about taking control of your life instead of letting life control you. Remember, friends, if you like content like this, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. Share with me in the comments below about a career change that you've undergone and the reason behind it. Thanks for watching, my friends. Let's make this world a better place together.